Good evening. It's a Friday, the 14th day of March 2025. Thank you for choosing to watch the Uganda Catholic Television. I'm Sunday Gloria Abwatch with Uctv News. The Uganda National Examinations Board, UNEB, has today released the 2024 Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education results at State Lodge Nakasero. A total of 98.8% of candidates who sat for the 2024 Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education exams passed. UNEB chairperson Celestine Abua noted that while the overall performance in STEM subjects continues to improve, there is still a need for deliberate efforts to increase female participation in science-related disciplines.
The numbers of candidates that have obtained the principal passes at those levels are shown. For example, our candidates who have passed with at least all the three principal passes are indicated as 54,338, giving a percentage of 38.6. When we look at 2023, that number was 52,630, but proportionally that represented 48.1%. And we look down the column, we see the different percentages and the cumulative percentages as we go down the table. The information in that table indicates that a very high percentage of the candidates, that is 98.8%, qualified for the award of the UACE, and this is just as we had in 2023. Mama, under the current regulations, a candidate requires a subsidiary pass level in one principal level subject to qualify. Although proportionally in terms of percentage at the different levels, there is an overall drop in pass levels, the actual numbers show more candidates have passed at all levels. What I mean is when you look at the cumulative percentage column, you have 38.6% for this year 2024 compared to 48.1% of last year. Then at two principal level passes and above, we have 65.5% compared to 73.8%. But when we look at the actual numbers, the numbers of 2024 are higher than those of 2023. University admissions to degree courses have up to date been considering two principal level passes as a minimum requirement. And Mama, if this consideration is maintained, 92,273 rather a number of 92,273 or 65.5% will qualify to be admitted, compared to 80,816, that is 73.8% in 2023. This is consistent with the fact that there was a significant increase in entries for the examination in 2024. An extra 11,457 university places must be available, therefore, to absorb this increase. In cases where one principal and two subsidiary pass levels are considered, Mama, for admission to other tertiary institutions, then we have 121,506 or 86.2% of our candidates who will qualify for admission. Mama, I also compare male and female performance in table 4. And we also see similarly the pass levels, 3Ps, 2Ps, 1P, the number of candidates and the percentage. On the left we have the females, on the right we have the males. And we can see at the 3 principal pass level, we have a percentage of 43.7 for females versus 34.6. At 2P, we have a percentage cumulatively of 71.2% versus 61.1%. And at 1P, we have 89.2% versus 84%. So as the chair said in his remarks, at all the levels, as we look at the table down, the pass levels of the females are higher.
Following the release of the 2024 Advanced Certificate of Education results, the Minister of Education and Sports has revealed that the government is undertaking strategic efforts to review the secondary education curriculum. The aim is to transition to competency-based, project-based and learner-centered approach, making education more meaningful and enjoyable for both students and teachers. Now, under the competency-based curriculum, the focus will shift towards skill development and practical learning, moving away from note memorization to ensure students acquire real-world competencies essential for their future careers.
As I mentioned earlier, good things do not just happen. There must be intentionality in effort. As a government, we are now making strategic investments in reviewing the secondary education curricula to be competence-based, project-based, and learner-centered for the learning process, not only to become meaningful, but enjoyable for both the learners and teachers. So, I call upon the teachers and parents to support your children as they navigate learning using the revised lower secondary curriculum and now the A-level curriculum that has been adapted to utilize similar teaching and learning methodologies as those of the O-level curriculum. The A-level curriculum has been aligned to the lower secondary curriculum by making it competence-based and learner-centered. In making it competence-based, the emphasis of learning is not only on acquisition of knowledge, but translating this knowledge into desirable skills, values, and attitudes. This alignment of the A-level curriculum is intended to make the methods of learning interactive, while emphasizing problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, and innovation as demonstrated in the way learners solve the challenges they encounter in their day-to-day life. It is therefore my hope that the learners who have progressed to Senior 5 will have a smooth encounter with the A-level curriculum in terms of the learning methodologies now used. Our hope is that the reconfiguration of the secondary education curricula at both O and A levels into competence-based and learner-centered shall be that small flywheel, that gives momentum to move this big mass called interest in learning uptake of STEM education. For us as a government, to sustain the milestones and successes that come with reconfiguring the O and A level curriculum into competence-based, project-based, and learner-centered, the higher education institutions must now, as a matter of necessity and urgency, review their respective curricula for initial teacher education and training. So that's the trend we are taking. I'm sure you understand that we are moving from here to also higher education at the university level. The mismatch where universities continue to graduate teachers who cannot utilize competence-based and learner-centered curricula is undesirable. Therefore, for this mismatch to be cured in the universities and higher education institutions, the academic staff who train the teachers must also realign their learning delivery methods to become competence-based and learner-centered. You have heard the Executive Director of UNEP say that the 2024 USCE examination revealed that learners struggled with relating the concepts they are learning in sciences with what happens in the student's everyday life.
Lawyer Elias Luyimbazi Nalukola was declared the winner of the Kawempe North by-election by the Electoral Commission, securing 17,764 votes to defeat his closest rival from the NRM party, Farida Nambi, who garnered 8,593 votes. In a speech to media after the certification of his win, Nalukola vowed to lead the fight against human rights violations in Uganda, stressing that the situation has reached an all-time high and requires urgent intervention.
Tuteekwa okusigalawo okwagala kwaffe ne kuyimirira. Mbeebaza nnyo abakulembeze b'NUP, President Kyagulanyi, Deputy Honorable Muwanga Kivumbi, Senior Legislators nga Honorable Betty Nambooze n'abalala bangi. Abakulembeze mwenna mwebale okukola emirimu. Ba-foot soldiers mwebale. Ba-residents ba Kawempe North mwebale. Bannayuganda eddoboozi lyammwe liwuliddwa. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Mukitegedde nti teri asobola kuvuga nga mbalaasi okuggyako nga naawe omugongo gw'oguweseemu. General Museveni musigale nga mumugamba. Bwe munaamugamba ajja kuwulira obwannakyemalira bujja kukendera. Bwe tuba baakulwanyisa demokrasiya tusigale nga tulwana nga tetuvaako. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala.
Thank you for watching UCTV News. We are going to take a break and we'll be back with more stories.
UCTV, good news for all.
Radio Purchase, the best value-based community radio in Eastern Africa, running 24/7 with professional staff and solar energy backup of up to 500 kilowatts peak. We rock the whole of northern Uganda and the world using 7 languages on 90.9 FM and 94.5 FM in Arua on Ediofe Hill, 99.7 FM at Moyo on Adua Hill, 101.4 FM at Fogod in Gulu, and online at www.radiopurchase.org or download the Radio Purchase app from Google Play Store and Apple Store. Radio Purchase, peace of Christ for all.
Welcome back. You're watching UCTV News with me, Sunday Gloria Aborj. And in our second segment, we'll continue with local stories. Now, following the conclusion of the hotly contested Kawempe North by-elections, the National Unity Platform leaders have strongly condemned the violence and atrocities allegedly committed against their supporters. In response, they have vowed to mobilize the entire country to reclaim all political positions from the ruling NRM party. Now, meanwhile, NRM leaders have attributed their loss to unpopular priorities among the youth, promising to reassess their strategies and regain support in the upcoming general elections.
Makerere University School of Public Health Auditorium.
In the wee hours of this morning, Kampala State Electoral Area Returning Officer Henry Makabai announced the National Unity Platform candidate Elias Luyimbazi Nalukola as the winner of the highly contested Kawempe North by-election.
People power, our power, people power, NUP, everywhere.
According to the Electoral Commission, Luyimbazi garnered 17,764 votes, followed by the National Resistance Movement candidate Farida Nambi, who polled 8,593 votes. Henry Kasacha of the Democratic Party collected 100 votes. Sadat Muchibi of the Forum for Democratic Change, 239 votes. Ismail Musitwa, who ran on the People's Progressive Party ticket, got 39 votes. Independent Hanifa Karad, 381 votes. Mohamed Mutazindwa, 186, Luswa Muhammad Luemba, 240 votes, Moses Insereko, 32 votes, and Engen Edward Maitum, with only 22 votes.
Luimbazi Elias of the National Unity Platform got 17,764 votes. Nambi Farida Chigongo of NRM got 8,593 votes.
While as NUP supporters celebrated their hard-earned achievement, the party leaders decried atrocities and violence they claimed to have bared, allegedly at the hands of state security operatives.
To attack innocent people, you send goons to kick boxes, to tear up ballot boxes.
But most importantly, you heard that over 15 polling stations are not counted. Why? Because goons under the command of regime officials came and, destroyed every polling material at those polling stations.
Maybe this is what we have not been doing in other elections, where we have been rigged out. Now we start a new chapter, that we shall go after our victory, whatever it costs. So the protest vote has started in the earnest, and we are not stopping here, as our president said.
According to NUP Central Region Vice President Mohamed Mwanga Chivumbi, the atrocities they have endured has just solidified their resolute to doubling their efforts in unseating the incumbent ruling party NRM from all the political positions at the national level in the forthcoming general elections.
So what has happened today is a clear statement and should inspire every soul, young and old, urban and rural, from all over Uganda, that victory is on the way, that it is possible to overcome even JAT, even FSFC, and Muhoozi Kainerugaba and his father, General Museveni. This is a clear message. The writing is on the wall that your days are gone and are numbered.
Meanwhile, the National Resistance Movement Party conceded the defeat. The party Central Region Chairman Godfrey Chiwanda Sovi says they have identified the reason for the loss, which he claims to be their unpopular policies among the youths.
Gyendabye nnyo mu kalulu kano nti ensonga abavubuka nkulu nnyo okugikwatako naddala ng'obudde bukyali okuwuliriza abantu ensonga z'abantu tulina zikolako nga bukyali nga tuzirinda bulinzi mu kalulu.
Yesterday's Kawempe North by-election provides valuable insights into the political performance of both the National Unity Platform and the National Resistance Movement, as both parties regroup and reassess their strategies ahead of the 2026 general elections, which seem to be highly contested. Joseph Kabal, Uctv News.
2025.
And finally, from the local scene, Pakwach district leaders have convened an education performance committee conference to address key challenges affecting the education sector. The conference brings together stakeholders to discuss and develop solutions aimed at improving education standards in the district. The district chairperson, Pastor Gidaga, emphasized the district's commitment to enhancing education through the District Education Committee, which is tasked with policy development, service coordination, and overall education administration.
Pakwach district leaders have taken proactive steps towards addressing the challenges facing its education sector by holding an Education Performance Committee conference. This conference brings together stakeholders to discuss and find out solutions to the issues affecting education in the district. Pastor Gidaga, Vice Chairperson, Pakwach District Local Government, revealed that the district's commitment to improving education is evident in its administrative structure, which includes District Education Committee, responsible for providing education, coordinating services, and initiating policies.
When things have gone out of hand, in some schools, head teachers and their deputies, they sit in how do I call it? When the head teacher is facing the other side, you find the deputy turning the back. Why are we doing this? So let us improve on that.
Dina Namugaya, Secretary Social Services Pakwach District, noted that the committee's efforts are supported by the district's administration, which recognizes the importance of education in driving economic growth and development.
It is very hard for a district to carry out activities with this little fund that we receive as a district. Normally, we are supplemented some funds or help. It is extended to the district by these partners. Secondary education, we normally don't have partners supporting secondary education. Partners that we receive as a district, they normally support primary education.
Christine Ashayo, Pakwach District Education Officer, outlined some of the key issues that were discussed during the conference, highlighting the need to improve infrastructure, addressing the need for better school facilities, including classrooms, libraries, and sanitation facilities.
Every school should at least get 3 first grade. It is really at least 3. I think we are beginning from very, very well. No. If everybody got 3, then we'll be able to get more than 180 first grade. But if you can get more than 3, well and good.
Moses Arake Dalele, Chief Administrative Officer, Pakwach District, equally advocated for teacher training and development to enhance the skills and knowledge of teachers to improve the quality of education in the district.
Do you think it's about 110? 120. So you can see, and then government policy is that the teachers will be handling 53 children. 53 children. So you can see we still have a long way to go. And therefore, your school will not have adequate teachers. But how do you deploy the ones you have so that the impact a lot on the tasks that are there is your duty as a teacher. If you're supposed to be having 20, now you have 10, share workload, your insurance will deliver so that you don't come here quarreling and so on.
Florence Yonikani, head teacher Pachegu Primary School, shared her successful story about the performance in the 2 years, and she asked the district leaders to increase enrollment rate, particularly among marginalized groups, and reduce dropout rates.
The less work you do, the little money you get. So if you come early, 7:30 everybody's in the class. The moment you delay, somebody's going to take over. And for you, you will shed tears. So attendance is a paramount there. Everybody, even the learners, even the teachers, the moment you are going to be absent, let me know why. If the learners are going to be absent, let the parents inform me. If not, we follow the children up to their home.
By tackling these issues, Pakwach District can improve the quality of education and create a brighter future for its learners.
It is time for Today in History. You have been very good company from the start of our bulletin. Thank you very much, and we do appreciate you. I am Sunday Gloria Aboch. That's all we had for you tonight. Good evening and good night.